So into the charts we go. Relatively minimal movement on Bitcoin. This is ahead of the big jobs report tomorrow. Now, the reason I bring that up is not because it's super, super important in and of itself for crypto, like how many jobs do people have versus not. But the bottom line is that jobs number will then impact the Fed decision in December. The next meeting by the Fed is going to be held right around December 14th, and we'll get another probable rate hike. And again, everything that was said yesterday by Jerome Powell, as wacky as that day was that it's likely at least we're going to get some sort of hike. Is it going to be 25 basis points? Is it going to be 50? Is it going to be 75? I think we can rule out 75 at this point, but I think we still are potentially going to get 50 or 25. So I think the jobs data tomorrow will help push us to understand which one it's going to be, 50 or 25. A weaker number than 200,000 probably pushes us towards 25 basis points. If it's stronger than 200,000, I think you have to start looking towards 50 basis points in December. Okay, looking at the Bitcoin price action, very minimal price action today, still holding the technical level here just above 20,000. Technically speaking, this is still a bullish consolidation pattern. And again, that's really all we need to know, right? So again, look for it to whether or not it holds 20,000. I think tomorrow's jobs report may be a signal whether or not that breaks or holds. Do we start heading up this way to retest the highs around 21,000? If the jobs number is weak, then I think that's what we do. If, however, the jobs number is strong, it's likely we'll start to see further breakdown here, and that could potentially be negative. I personally, again, am in the camp that the Fed is on the downshift. That Fed statement yesterday was very direct in its verbiage, and again, my guess is we do start heading in that direction. Okay, a couple other things to go over here in the chart. If we do break down, where's your next support? The support level would be 19,500 to 600. Again, that is the 2017 high. It's also this pivot here and this pivot right here. So obviously there's a big kind of area right there that is very, very important. Okay, on the next factor here, if we did break to the upside, we know that above 21,000, it opens the door to the 22,500 level. So again, lots of potential interesting things here. And again, always nice to see. And yeah, we'll have to see again how it all trades out, but certainly interesting on the charts. Pause day today, but certainly some interesting stuff. Next up, let's flip over to Ethereum and see what Ethereum has been up to today. Just like Bitcoin after a pullback yesterday, you're getting a little bit of a bubble here, a little bit of a move up. So again, nice little move there potentially, and again, we will keep our eye on it to see if we can break to the upside. Now notice this low here. This low right here, there's a reason why price stopped right there. And I'll put a little mini trend line in right there for you guys. But basically, that's a little short-term level we want to pay attention to. It obviously was support here. It's getting a little bounce. If we rally, this is resistance. If we break this, you know where you're headed? Right back down to this area right here. So see all these tops right along here? That would then be your support level. All right, so again, a couple things again that it's fun to watch and kind of understand, but that's right now, that's your support levels. We know the resistance level on the chart. Cardano, remember Cardano was into that big resistance level and pulled back. Now again, you can see a little bit of a bounce. Notice this little low and this little low aligning almost right with this point as well. So again, that is an interesting little level right there. And again, price action, you got to see it break up and it's got to take out this level. Look how this downsloping trend line's coming down here and potentially kind of putting it in a situation where these two levels will meet. That again is very, very important to kind of take note of. And again, that's going to be big resistance. So you're looking right around 42 to 43 cents. If price can get through there, that would be epically big for Cardano. If not, and we come down to this area and we take it out, you're then likely headed back to about 33 cents. And again, the biggest thing here to understand is that, number one, Bitcoin and cryptos watching very, very closely at regulation. Once the midterms are over, and for those of you not in the U.S., midterms are next Tuesday in the U.S. Once the midterms are over, I think that's where we start to get a framework and regulation being talked about and potentially pushed through into 2023. What's a security? What's a commodity? How does it all play out? And then also, as we get through that, we have to start paying attention to the money flow. What do big investors do once they know the rules? Do we start to see more accumulation going on and all of that kind of thing? Also, the Fed is obviously a pivotal role here, right? You have regulation and then the Fed, right? Those are the two biggest things for cryptocurrency. And right now, again, the Fed is probably the predominant one because we haven't heard much about regulation recently, but that could change very, very quickly. When does the Fed kind of stop hiking? Then the dollar will start to get weaker, especially as the economy gets weaker. And I think, again, initially you'll see some weakness on crypto over the next couple months after maybe a short-term pop here. But then you should start to see Bitcoin finding a bottom and just a matter of where that bottom is. All right, let's look at Polkadot here. Polkadot, nice bounce today. Love seeing a strong bounce like that, back to $6.50. It's right back to this little former resistance level. This is only minor now because you've chopped through it. So even though you kind of confirmed back below it, because you just were through it here and then chopped through, it's still kind of like Swiss cheese where it's very, very easy to break. And again, therefore, this high is your big resistance around $6.80. You get through that, this is your next spot right up here around $7.85. To the downside, here's support, but really a bottom line, this low here is going to be the big level at $5.75. Taking a look at Solana here. Solana with a decent little bounce back above $31. Again, had a big pullback from 34 to 30. Nice little bounce today. This is your resistance. This is your support. We can even get rid of this line right here. It's bottom line. Support at $30 or just above 30. Resistance at 34. That's really all you're paying attention to. You break here and confirm, you're headed all the way back down to 27 to 28. If you can break here, you're headed to 38. All right, so very crystal clear there on the charts. And again, I will do my best to guide you guys. Avalanche, which had that amazing move up, pulled back for 2 days, but it held this support line at around $17.60. What you're looking for, here's your resistance now, the high pivot at $19.80. If you can get through that, you're headed to about $21.50. So again, that's what I'm looking for right now. $21.50 is kind of my bogey target. I think, again, you're looking at potentially a rounded bottom here, maybe a cup and handle pattern. Again, I'll have to continue to follow and see how it progresses. But as long as we hold this level around 1750, 1760, I actually think this is a pretty decent chart setting up for a move up. A lot of it has to do with crypto, obviously, and can crypto and Bitcoin in particular get a bid? But again, it's certainly looking promising in terms of the charts. All right, so that's where we stand at this point in time. Trying to see if there's anything else on the radar. Again, you know, we could always flip through some of these other cryptos, but we looked at a bunch yesterday. BNB continues to attack this high pivot. That's actually impressive that it's continuing to attack it even today. If this breaks, you can see this line can even be extended out here. Let me do that right now. So there, we extend it right out here. In fact, you can even extend it all the way over here. Look at that. All the way over here, right through. But if this line breaks, you're going to have a minor resistance at 360, but then you could be headed all the way up to 445 on Binance. No trade for me unless it pulls back to the scene of the crime right here. Then that would be a trading opportunity there. Okay? Let's see what else we have on the radar here. Matic we'll look at real quick. Ooh, nice pop on Matic. So, wow, look at how it just is trading within this range. Yesterday it was right at the low end. Today it's right back at the high end of that channel. That's remarkable, folks. Very nice pop on Matic. How's Quant doing? Let's take a look. Quant's kind of looks like it's rolling over a little bit. Again, target on Quant for a buy for me would be below 130. Anything below 130 to 120 would be a very, very nice level on that one. All right, so again, here's where we are with crypto. We'll continue to follow it. I will keep you guys posted. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and take care.